Some stats as we go through the 6th frame. The bowler leading after the 5th frame has won 26 of the 32 games so far this year. That's 81%. Voss, as you look at the 2-time player of the year, Monticelli, looking on. Voss is in the catbird seat. He has that lead of 16. He can make it 26. All the odds are in his favor. 7th frame.
Leaving a 10. 10 pin for Brian Voss, left lane. Next week, the Johnny Petraglia Open in North Brunswick, New Jersey. 2 weeks, Cleveland, Parma Heights.
Then the majors start, the national championship at Mike Dukett's Imperial Bowl.
Pins separating these two. Harry trails. His brother and mom operate Glenn's Trophy Shop in Roseville, Michigan. Speaking of Michigan, Harry won one of his 4 titles in Windsor, Ontario, and a week or so ago, the great bowlers, 240 of them, a full house, raised $11,117 to aid Butch Soper in his recovery from surgery.
Butch, one of the great nice guys on the tour. Now for Sullins, who has struggled on the left-hand lead. He needs a strike. Match is up for grabs right now. Brian Voss looks to the scoreboard. He leads by 5 pins, spare working. Sullins, who struggled on the left-hand lane, he threw a wild shot in the 2nd and missed a spare. A wild shot in the 6th where he left a 4, 6, 7. Got zeroed here in the 8th frame and now has put some pressure on Voss.
He has a right to hold his head.
Doesn't like that shot. The 2-7, but for a right-hander, it's a little bit easier. He needs to get the ball to the left of the 2-pin and drive that 2-pin into the 7. Not tough, but almost critical at this point. Don't want to give Harry Sullins an opening late in the match.
The man that's trying to become a millionaire in earnings. Harry Sullins trying to become the first man to win 2 this year. Andrea Voss. Convincing strike.
Superb blueprint, all 10 in the pit, but he has put Sullins in a position where Harry can take it all himself. If he strikes here, he'll have the lead for the first time in the game. If he happened to strike out, he would shut out Voss. Match is still up for grabs and the title.
A 10.
Wanted that one. Voss will now lead by 4 pins if Sullins makes a spare. Harry, a tremendous power player, occasionally has some spare problems. He missed a simple spare in the 2nd frame. If he converts here, he will trail by 4 going into the final frame. Very similar to last week, Chris. It's down to the 10th for the title.
Come up. Okay.
Working those shoes over, making sure that he gets a consistent slide on that left sole. Looks at the scoreboard. He knows the story. Trails by 4. No matter what he does, he cannot shut out Voss.
Games of 235, 211, 225 by this man, Voss.
Well, partner, we saw it last week.
Yes.
The players saved the best for the last. We saw Bob Vespi. We saw Chris Warren go to the 10th and throw their best shots. By far, that was Harry Sullins' best shot of the match. He can now retake the lead if he strikes here on his second ball in the 10th. He's taking one of his 2 re-racks. Once again, we saw Voss do this. Take a little time to think about what you have to do. Get that heartbeat to calm down a little bit. A strike here by Sullins would force Voss to strike.
Makes your work a little more difficult for Voss. What a 4-time champion you're looking at, Harry Sullins. I'm surprised he hasn't won more.
I think he's just maturing, Chris. I think Harry has finally decided to take this very businesslike, and you cannot throw 2 balls better than he just did here in the 10th frame. He has the lead by 6, but Voss can still win. .245. That's a 209 for the Showdown Invitational winner this year. He could be the first 2-time winner if Voss doesn't strike. For Brian Voss, it's very simply this. He must strike on this ball and then get a 4 count and a spare. Anything less than a strike, Voss does not win. It's Sullins' title. Cover boy has done it. He has won 4 games. He needs 4 pins, Chris.
Well,
but
if he misses that, I could hit 4.
Well, Ricky Van Shelton, the great country singer, has got a song out. It says, "Keep it between the lines, baby." And that's all he has to do right now. Keep it between the 2 gutters, the 2 lines. And he is the 9th champion in 9 weeks on the Pro Tour. He's checking that scoreboard, but this will be right down the center. Going for his 12th title with this shot. Oh, yes. Gets them all. Okay. There he is, Brian Voss. Let's go to a commercial and our colleague Frank Gifford.